Hello. I'm James and I live in Manchester in the UK. And you're listening to English with a Brew, a podcast where I talk about different day-to-day topics to help you learn English the most natural way possible. And that is only by listening to it. If you want to support this podcast, read transcripts and get exclusive access to more content, go to patreon.com/English with a Brew. So, as we say in Manchester, get a brew on and let's get started. Hello once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's your day going? I hope it's going well, as always. Today, we're talking about tools, the types of tool that exist, some of the tools that we use, and also some of the different ways you can use the word tool. But what is a tool? First, it's important to say that there are two words that sound very similar. Tool, the one we are talking about today, and tall, which is an adjective used to describe something that is very high, or a person can be very tall. A tool is a thing, an object that you use to help you do something, to help you build something, or complete some kind of project, or to help you repair something that is broken. Depending on the size or the complexity of a job, you might need multiple tools, or just one tool. For example, if you want to hang a picture on the wall, some art or a photograph of your family, you probably only need a hammer and maybe some nails. You use the hammer to hammer a nail into the wall, and that's it. You can hang your picture. Simple. A hammer is a useful tool because it has many uses. To hammer nails, to remove nails, or to break something apart. You could say then that a hammer is a versatile tool. But what about if you want to hang something a little heavier on the wall? Maybe you want to hang a shelf or some shelves where you can store things like books or decorations. And for that, you probably need a power tool. A hammer is a hand tool, but a power tool is any type of tool that uses electricity or power to function. For example, if you wanted to hang some shelves, first you can use a drill to drill holes or make holes in the wall. Now you have some holes in the wall, you can put a wall plug inside the hole, which will make it stronger. You put the shelves or the brackets of the shelves into position, and you use a screwdriver to screw some of the screws into the holes. But before you put the screws in, you might want to check that the shelves are level, to make sure that the shelves are flat and that your things, your decorations, your books won't simply fall off. So to check that the shelves are level, you can use a spirit level. When you're absolutely sure that the shelves are level, you can screw in the screws with a screwdriver. If you want to make the shelves yourself and not simply buy them, you might need to buy some wood and then cut it to the correct size. And to cut the wood, you have to use a saw. There are different types of saw. You can use a hand saw or an electrical saw. There are lots of different types of saw, so make sure you use the best one for your project. Once you have cut the wood, if you want to make it smooth and look more professional, you can sand the wood with sandpaper and a sander. with either an electrical sander or a hand sander. But what if the shelves are really high, too high for you to reach, and you can't reach to put the shelves up? Well, in that case, you will need a ladder, so you can go up the ladder and safely put up the shelves. These are just some of the physical tools that exist. But before I go, I want to talk about another way you can use and think about the word tool. Because the word tool is a noun, which just means that it's some type of thing, of object. It can be a concrete noun, which is a physical object that can be touched. Or it can be an abstract noun and refer to a thing that is not physical, that cannot be touched. For example, you can say, "This podcast is a good tool to improve my English listening skill." Or you could say, "When I get stressed, I like to close my eyes and breathe slowly. It's a great tool and helps me calm down a lot." So, my question for you today is, what tools do you use in your day-to-day? It can be something physical, or it can be something abstract. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next episode. That's everything for today's episode of English with a Brew. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did or if you didn't, and tell me what topics you'd like to hear me talk about in future episodes. And don't forget, if you want to support this podcast and get access to all of the exclusive episodes, you can do that on my Patreon page. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are right now. Take care.